What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, we have to talk about Porsha being investigated by the FBI. Porsha was on a flight back to Atlanta from Las Vegas doing BravoCon and had some type of interaction with someone else on the plane that caused Porsha to be escorted off the plane by police and be investigated by the FBI. So we're going to get into that in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you're not familiar with my channel, I'm Layla Lynn. I cover celebrity news, nostalgia, and the Real Housewives. So if you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe. All right, you guys. So People Magazine is reporting Porsha was reportedly escorted off a Delta Airlines flight on Sunday, November 16th. The FBI of Atlanta is now investigating the incident, per TMZ. Porsha was seen walking out of the gate with an FBI officer who she spoke with briefly after getting off the plane. And so they released a statement and they said FBI Atlanta is aware of an incident on a Delta flight on November 16th, Sunday, allegedly involving Porsha Williams and or at least one other person. A spokesperson for the FBI told the outlet, "We are looking to see whether any federal charges may or may not apply." So I don't know what happened on that plane, but like I said, it's got the FBI looking into Porsha to see if they're going to press charges on her. We don't know if it was a physical incident, being that it is Porsha and Porsha is known to get physical with people. We don't know if it was a physical incident or maybe an altercation, as in like an argument. We don't know what it was, but it was enough for the FBI to get involved. A Delta representative confirmed that two passengers were involved and that the flight continued and landed in Atlanta as scheduled, and the nature of the incident is not known at this time. And so everyone has reached out to Porsha and her representatives, and neither she nor her representatives have responded. But I did notice on Porsha's Instagram yesterday, she posted about being depressed. And this is the thing, I noticed Porsha after almost every physical altercation that she's involved in. She does like PR. Some people would call it playing victim, but I noticed she does like PR after every single altercation. And so when I saw this post on her Instagram, I was wondering if it's PR. So she posted this on her Instagram and she said, "Keep pushing. I thank God every day that I'm in my right mind and not only haven't lost myself, but I found an appropriate a better me." I think she might mean appreciate a better me. She said, "Leaving BravoCon, I'm filled with all the love and warmth and support from our beautiful fans. I just want to extend a thank you from the bottom of my heart for not only your prayers, but for being with me on this journey called life. I love me again and I love you all. Thank you, mommy, for being my backbone. Raw, real life. No more survival mode. We will thrive. We are kicking depressions behind. Hashtag grateful. Hashtag mental health matters." So I'm wondering if Portia is posting about her mental health, kind of like I said, I call it PR, just kind of like to change the narrative. So when it comes out, whatever happened on that flight, just so her side is kind of already out there. Like, she's dealing with depression, she's dealing with mental health issues, almost like, let's say somebody approached her. Let's say someone who's not a fan, got into an argument with Portia. Maybe it's somebody who's jealous of her being that she's a reality star. Maybe it's someone who doesn't like the way she lives her life, on camera. Let's say someone started something with her. Maybe she's trying to paint herself as someone with mental health issues and just can't take it. You know what I mean? Like, can't take people approaching her and things like that. Maybe she's trying to do a little PR spin. But like I said, I've noticed that every time she gets in an altercation. Now, in the past, her first altercation that we saw on camera was with Kenya Moore in 2014. And this was one of the most infamous moments in Real Housewives of Atlanta history and Bravo history, period. During the reunion, Kenya Moore taunted Porsha with a megaphone while calling her names, and Porsha snapped on her. And what was interesting, I think it was Nene that revealed, or it might have been Kenya, but I really feel like it was Nene that said that Kenya actually brought that megaphone to taunt Nene. She brought it to taunt Nene because her and Nene were going at it. But, for whatever reason, it wasn't bothering Nene. It was bothering Porsha. So basically, Porsha was on edge. Porsha got triggered. And y'all know, how that all happened. And then the next year, there was the fight with Cynthia Bailey. And Cynthia Bailey, if you ask me, she got the best of Porsha. But her and Porsha were on that yacht with the rest of the cast, and they got into it over this thing that Cynthia does, which Candy has also talked about. We've seen scenes where Cynthia will put her finger in people's faces, and some people cannot take that. Some people have a very, when it comes to boundaries and personal space, some people cannot take someone putting their finger in their face. And Cynthia was doing all of that with her hands, and it seemed to trigger Porsha. And Cynthia ended up, she was defending herself, but she ended up kicking Porsha in the lower fupa. So I felt like Cynthia got the best of Porsha. I felt like that was going to be the last we saw of Porsha getting physical with people on the show. But after that, there was still the incident with Jamie Ziegler, which we kind of didn't see the full incident on the show. It was kind of off camera, kind of not, but it was definitely on the blogs. But Porsha reportedly fought with her friend and business associate Jamie Ziegler at a holiday event. The event was definitely filmed. And according to reports, Jamie brought a man to the gathering that Porsha didn't approve of. Allegedly, this was about a man. So words were exchanged. Jamie left. And that's why, it looks like this happened in the alleyway, like outside, because Jamie left. And then Porsha allegedly followed her outside. And y'all know, those of y'all who keep up with like criminal codes and stuff like that, when you start following somebody to be aggressive, like it's no longer self-defense. Even if Jamie had, done something to her physical, once Porsha started following her, that's when Porsha became the aggressor. But reportedly, Porsha followed her outside and the situation escalated. And Jamie later claimed that Porsha shoved her, pulled her hair, and swung on her before security intervened. And that happens to be exactly what we saw Porsha do to Kenya. When she got into that altercation with Kenya, she pulled her hair, she shoved her, pulled her hair, and swung on her. But I noticed after the fight, Porsha was kind of like limping back. Like when she was coming back on camera, coming back into the event, Porsha was kind of limping back. After the altercation with Kenya, it was kind of the same thing when Carlos King carried her off the stage. Same thing with Cynthia. Porsha is someone I enjoy on the show, but I do notice anytime she's in an altercation, she does play victim. And so it just makes me wonder if the post that she posted about being depressed is a way of her kind of like spinning the narrative. And I also wonder what happened. I'll keep you guys posted, but I'm curious if someone approached her, because it doesn't seem like Porsha doesn't seem like the type to like approach a random stranger on the plane and start arguing with them. Like she doesn't seem like that type of person. So I'm wondering if someone approached her or what happened. But we'll keep up with this on this channel, you guys. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. As always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.